Guess what? Telling yourself you're waiting for the right moment until you do something really means you're shitting your pants, you hope it never happens, and you're not willing to do anything. You're just sitting there afraid. You're afraid. Be honest with yourself. Waiting, we already know. Are you a waiter? Are you a watcher? Are you a wisher? Or are you a doer? You have to face the fear, whatever the resistance is. Sometimes it's not even fear, it's resistance. It's an opposing energy that's coming from the inside. And all you gotta do is slay that shit. Face it, move through it. What are you waiting for? No more waiting, start doing. Little steps, little actions, lower the bar, get going, and do it now. Do it now. You'll thank me later. You'll look back and tell yourself, man, I can't believe I waited that long. Why did I waste so much time? Which also will activate a little bit of grief, a little bit of sadness, because in hindsight, you're gonna know that you could have done more. And you should have done more all along the way. But here's the thing. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is now. That's the only thing that matters right now. And that's a big reason why a lot of you aren't starting the process that you need to start, is because you're sitting there in guilt, in shame, in grief, denial, that, oh man, so much time has passed. I wish I would have done it back then. And then it just keeps getting farther and farther and farther away, that wherever the back there is. And you think you've told yourself you've gotten too old, you've gotten too lazy, you've gotten too unhealthy, you've done this wrong, you can't do that right. And it's like all of that has to stop. You got to stop beating yourself up like that. It's not doing you any good. It's not serving your best interest. What's your best interest? Ask yourself, what is your best interest? Well, the best interest is for you to start being honest with yourself about yourself and knowing that you're not helpless. You're not helpless. It's not too late if you start taking action. And it's got to be compassionate action. And the reason why it's got to be compassionate is because you're all wounded. Most of us are carrying around a lot of mental, a lot of emotional, a lot of spiritual, a lot of physical wounds. So when I start talking about putting in the work, I ain't talking about just physically busting your ass and thinking that you're gonna get ahead. Are you kidding? I know. I used to serve in the military, like infantry shit. I know that hard work does not get you rich. We're not talking about manual physical labor. We're talking about doing the inner work with the same enthusiasm, with even more enthusiasm and effort and focus than you've put into anything else in your life. Why? Because this is the greatest responsibility of your life. This is the whole purpose of your life. Do you disagree with that? Do you think that that's a lie? Who here, comment down below. If you're hearing this message, do you think that this is a lie? That I'm exaggerating? That the greatest thing for you to do on this planet is to start healing, to do the inner healing work. It's the greatest. There's nothing more important. Who wins the fucking Super Bowl? Who does this? Any of that. None of that shit matters. None of that matters at all. Not even a tiniest bit. It ain't even on the scale of matters. You make it matter because guess what? You've been programmed to think that that's what matters. that this external shit matters out the window. You've been staring out the window so long, you forgot who you are. You forgot who you are, and you forgot to love yourself. You forgot to take care of yourself. You forgot that you need to heal because you've been staring out the window so long, looking at what everyone else is up to, cheering and celebrating everyone else, because you've literally lost yourself in this whole existence. And the greatest responsibility for you right now, if you're hearing this message, and hearing means it's touching your heart, it's hitting here, not just in the mind, it's here. It is for you to start asking yourself, okay, where do I begin? For me, that's an easy answer, because I have to just go back to my own experience. Well, where did I begin? I hit rock bottom. And I realized that all the self-medicating patterns, behaviors, and addictions that I had to go away. I had to get sober. Sobriety was number one priority. And here's the thing about sobriety. Here's the thing about addiction, right? It ain't even just drugs and alcohol no more. You give up one thing, you're gonna fill it with another. Well, you need to go into this whole thing ready to fill that void with something positive. Something that builds you up, not something that takes away more of you, but in a different way. Well, how do you do that? Well, I would highly recommend, if I was in your shoes, if I was on the other side of the screen, listening to me, and I trust me, because I have made the man that I always needed in my life. I'm a fatherless father, never had that dude around, and so I created this guy. To do what? To reparent my inner child, to heal my inner child, to self-rescue, to reparent, to love myself unconditionally, to truly be a role model, not just part-time, not 70%, 100% of the time, life on life's terms, no escape routes, no days off, 1% better every day, continuously, relentlessly wanting to improve who I am, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. There's no quit. There's no stopping me. And I have to remind myself of that every single day. And so do you. But yet, the thing is right now you don't have self-accountability. You've let yourself off the hook time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And a few times more. So you've totally destroyed your accountability, your sense of discipline. Just admit it. You've become very weak. You're weak-minded, you're weak-willed, you're weak physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're totally defeated. You may be acting like you're hard, but I can guarantee it, you probably ain't as hard as you think you are. So if I was on the other side of this screen, and for whatever reason, this message popped up, and some guy's talking about downloading an app that has, 25 lessons packed into 5 courses for self-discovery. Well, what the hell's self-discovery? Self-discovery is the first thing you do when you're ready to stop and eliminate your self-sabotaging patterns and behaviors. What is self-sabotage? We've been talking about it. Procrastination, self-medicating, right? That's addiction. That's all self-sabotage. Setting the bar too high. Avoiding doing the important things that you know you need to be doing. Negative thinking. And self-discovery is saying, all right, I'm done looking out the window. I'm done comparing myself. I'm done cheering for other people. I'm going to break up with my team for the rest of the season, for the rest of my life, for however long. You need to give yourself some time. And then guess what do you need to do? Look in the mirror. And when I say looking in the mirror, I mean literally looking in the mirror, but I'm talking about looking within. The work that needs to be done, the focus, the effort, the awareness needs to be focused on what's going on within you. How do you really feel about yourself? Most of y'all hate yourselves. Most of y'all can't stand who you are, who you've become, how you look. And all of that is based on how you feel, which is all based on the shit you probably experienced from 0 to 10 years old. And yes, there's reoccurrences of these traumas and these feelings and these fallouts and these patterns of our lives throughout the rest of our life. But if you're hearing this message, this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. This is the answer to your deepest prayers of saying, man, I need help. You've been asking for help, maybe not verbally. You've been crying out for help spiritually, and guess what? God's showing up for you. He's saying, here's some help. You got to be willing to help yourself, because no one could do the work for you. I can't download the app. I can't. And then a lot of you download the app, and then what? You don't do the work. You don't do the work. How many of you that have listened to this message have finished at least one course on the Results Kill Excuses app? Right? It's because why? It's so easy to not do it. There's no self-accountability. Well, then here's my solution to self-accountability, right? Is purchasing a Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Every Day journal. It will activate your self-accountability. Why? Because for 3 months, 91 days, you're going to have structured morning routines that involve journaling, that involve positive affirmations, that involve writing down every single day, every single week, every single month, things that matter to you that you would like to accomplish. And does that mean you'll be perfect? No, but if you're trying to figure it all out in your head right now, I guarantee you're probably getting nothing done. You're probably getting nothing done. And unless you're ready to break that habit, ain't nothing ever gonna get done. Nothing's ever gonna get done. You're waiting, wishing, and wanting something to change. Why are you not changing it? And it starts in your mind. It starts with your habits. You need a pattern interrupt. I've been talking about this. We're already at week 2 of a new year. You need a pattern interrupt. What does that mean? You need to be able to look at your life objectively, not judgmentally, not critically, not in a place of shame that you suck so much. You already do that. You need to stop that shit, and you need to look at yourself objectively. You need to look at yourself like if you were your own best friend, like if you were a coach or a mentor for yourself or a loving parent, and saying, hey, how can I help out this guy or this gal? What advice could I give this person to help them make some improvements in their life? Right now, this is their current routine. Where are there opportunities for them to start improving their life in that routine, where that they could literally take this thing out and substitute it with this new thing? Most of you, I would look at my entertainment and sports consumption. I would try and pull those things out. If you're someone that still watches nightly news and shit, pull that out. Cable news, I would pull that out. I would literally shut down the TV. altogether. And I would limit the things I'm watching on YouTube, on social media, to only things that are literally aligned with this healing journey. If they're not talking about healing, growth, becoming the best version of yourself, if it's just for shits and giggles and entertainment, I'd shut that down. That's if I was this person talking to the former version of myself that was trying to figure out how to get going down this healing journey. I would then be listening to this guy saying, oh, wow, there's actually coursework. Wow, he has an app. Let me check that out. Oh, fuck, there's actually like print out these or purchase a workbook, print out the worksheets, start investing some time in there. Fuck, let me check that out. But see, that's the difference between me and you, it sounds like. When I was 13 years ago and I hit that rock bottom, I was the guy, you need to hear this. I wasn't the guy running around telling everybody I hit rock bottom, help me, help, I'll do anything. I need you to hear the difference between these two versions of me. Okay, I hit rock bottom and then I need to let everyone know, oh no, my life's falling apart. I'll do anything. Tell me what I need to do. Versus the guy that showed up, which is, fuck, I'm sick and I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm doing everything I can do. Not saying, hey, I'll do anything. It was, I'm doing everything that I can. I'm doing everything that I can. And there was nothing that was going to stop me. So if I heard of a resource like an app with free fucking courses, I would have been on that shit quick. If I had, instead of staring at blank pieces of paper, trying to figure out and sort through all my thoughts and stuff, and I saw a guy that had a fucking 91-day journal that not only had the affirmations, the gratitude, but also accountability work, daily, weekly, monthly, and 5 phases of personal growth from self-sabotage to self-mastery with coaching lessons. Are you kidding me? I will be on that. But that's the difference. And that's why another year will probably go by, and no matter what I say or no matter what anybody else says, you're still gonna be watching, waiting, and wishing for something to change. And I can't help that. I'm not here for that. I'm a firm believer that if I can talk you into something, then someone else can talk you out. And here's the truth. You're only gonna change when you're ready to change. People do not change for other people. They change for themselves. When you have had enough pain